What up, peeps? It's your girl, Dash. Come back to Real Takes. Well, it's the time, guys. It's reaction time, and this is to Cobra Kai. This will be for episode 8, titled Taikai. Now, before I jump into it, just a quick recap. Last episode was really good. I love this one because now they're preparing to go full throttle, dealing with Silver, getting the kids back together. All three of them will be LaRusso, Lawrence, and Chosen. Now, with this one, Chosen, of course, being at the helm, kind of starting off the kids, kind of showing them a way to not always fighting, one-on-one, being if it was a group, how to deal with, a larger set where, say, for instance, you're dealing with a situation where it's not just one-on-one. And I like that. At first, they're kind of not sure, and he does a particular little challenge with them where it involves an egg. So I was trying to figure out where the title fits when I was watching it. So that was really interesting. So in the end, he definitely has it where they're all separate and he's able to get to each individual one. And he was able to get all the eggs. Now, the next time he decides to do it, they all come together as a group to fend him off. And that was where I enjoyed seeing him show them how to work together as a team. And that was really good. I will say also, seeing the scene of Kenny kind of come into his own, always thinking, he should listen to somebody else, and this is how it's actually supposed to be, when it's like that's what you have in your mindset, and that's not always what it is. If something should be dealt with a certain way, you should be at the helm. And I like how he took charge of a situation with the other teammate who was some nonsense. Needless to say, with a little bit of a guidance or words of wisdom from Silver. Now, also seeing that Lawrence and LaRusso had to go visit Kreese, and trying to get some information out of him. You can see Lawrence saying no part of it, but Lou's like, we got to do this, hence, it needs to be done. We need to really get to this because Kreese knows Silver the best to know exactly, going back to their war days and friendship, all that. And he finds out the little bit of information where they see from Kreese that it's all about doing the international tournament. He wants to take Cobra Kai to the next level, bringing in the new senseis, them teaching and all that. This is always going to keep, massively growing and not all encompass all about Cobra Kai, especially if it's worldwide. Now, in the instance of Kreese sharing this, he was told by LaRusso he would help him get him an attorney. Looks like that ain't gonna work out. He pretty much used him. It was beautiful. He deserved it. I don't feel sorry for him, especially when Tory told him about what happened to him when he pretty much had her send that note with her and all that, say, oh yeah, one's out the way, I can deal with this. Like, you are the reason you are in the situation you are for bringing Silver back. Like I said before, you are the reason you have issues with Lawrence. You are the reason you are wherever you are, and with your anger and resentment, whatever. All you, honey, nobody else. That's why I can say seeing him have little moments where he was talking to the doctor. You need to come to a realization of your own issues, because clearly you're not. You want to keep blaming everyone else instead of handling yours. But let me not full rant, whatever, because I really could. But then also just seeing that, I see that they're getting prepared, and they really need to, now that we know really the gist of where Silver's trying to take this at. So you know what? With that said, let's go ahead and jump into it. I'll say the rest of my thoughts at the end, you guys.
Our dojo is the best in the valley.
That's not true.
Ooh. Oh.
Cobra Kai isn't the only dojo in the valley.
Oh, so you represent another dojo?
Not just any dojo. We have champions from the past 2 All Valleys.
You led us to believe that your dojo had all the titles. Karo, 이스타이데스. 격투 스타일을 결합하는 것은 특이하지만 좀 궁금하네. We will see what your dojo has to offer. And yours.
So how much longer do I have to stay at the dojo?
I know how difficult it is to be behind enemy lines, but I need you there for a little longer.
And remember, Cobra Kai is going to do everything they can to get a spot. And if they win this time, kids all over the world are going to have to deal with the same kind of crap that you guys have gone through. Our students start with basic movements. We use chores to create muscle memory.
Show me, send the floor!
Ass twist. Show them the screaming eagle. Ready? Yeah! Ready? Ready?
We use the latest technology for maximum performance.
Very good. Since we make them earn things the hard way. Call that a kick? Harder!
Oh! Oh!
Some people use the latest high-tech junk to get there, and some people need to run up a mountain in the snow and yell, "Dragon!"
Always my hero.
No shit. Mine too. You get it?
I do.
Oh, wow.
Show me more.
One break coming up.
So the only way to determine which dojo can gain entry into the Sekai Taikai is to see how your students fare in direct competition. Each dojo will select 2 fighters, 1 male, 1 female. Each will fight tomorrow afternoon in separate 3-point matches.
You ready?
Yes, Sensei.
Good. You ready to take on whoever they pick as their top fighter?
Yes, Sensei.
Because the fate of this dojo rests in your fists.
I've been helping you this whole time. Keeping secrets from everyone I know. And what now? You're just done.
I've put you through enough.
This is what I get for putting my trust in anyone.
Oh, God.
In the end, I'm always the one picking up the pieces.
Who's ready for round 2? Okay, Jesus.
Me. All right, LaRusso, Chosen, and I are having a hard time deciding which one of you should go up against Cobra Kai tomorrow. Maybe we should just flip a coin.
How would that work? There's 3 of us.
Perhaps we'll flip 3 coins.
We talked about it, and there's only one choice.
Should be Hawk.
He beat me fair and square.
And I bowed out at the last tournament, so he deserves to represent us.
Let's not overdo it. That's enough for tonight.
Are you sure? I can go again.
Must rest. Save for tomorrow.
I'm back in this winner-takes-all match. And it feels like I'm right where I started. Me against Tory.
I wanted to prove I was better. Better fighter. Better man. But I was fighting against. Your father was fighting for. Fighting for friends. For village. For Miyagi.
For my senseis.
And for you, Sam. For you.
Oh, my gosh, she's gonna find it.
I don't think I'll be able to sleep tonight, Sensei. Figured I might as well get some extra practice in, right?
My master taught me this years ago. I've made a few tweaks. I call it the silver bullet.
That's good.
You like that, huh?
Show me again. You training the kid who bullied me?
Heard you're the one doing the bullying now.
Exactly.
You know what? You're lucky you're not on the mat today. Guess Hawk will have to do.
Time to begin.
No point. What? Are you serious? Come on, ref, that's horseshit. We made contact inbound.
Oh, my God.
What's wrong?
Give me.
That's a forfeit. Winner. Hey.
What? Looks like you got a new name. Hawk.
Tory's not here. Something happened.
She's not out there.
You want me to fight Sam LaRusso? No. I want you to defeat her.
No point. That shoulder. No point. Keep fighting.
Why you keep looking there? You just look suspicious.
Point. 1-0. Lead.
You make every point undeniable.
Uh-huh. Don't look at him.
Point.
proud of you, Sam. That was incredible.
Samantha-san. Yatta! Cobra Kai. Your dojo has also qualified.
No, that's right. I love it.
Let me introduce you to the baddest badass at the party.
Oh boy. Oh wow.
Russo. You came to talk. About what?
Tell her.
I didn't lose the All Valley.
Alright, you guys, I enjoyed this episode. A lot was going on in this one. Definitely moving ahead with getting involved with the international tournament. What is called, what is it, Taikai? Hope I'm saying that correctly. And seeing the opposing dojos, of course, Cobra Kai and also Miyagi-Do, Eagle Fang. Now, we're seeing how they are wanting to present. At first, it was Terry Silver bringing them there, but then I like how all of a sudden Lawrence and LaRusso showed up to put their bid in, like, they showed up on his turf. And I like how it caught Terry off guard because he always seems to be ahead of the game. But that means they were probably figured out, knew they were coming ever since they heard the information from Kreese, where they would do their, their due diligence to find out, and saw that they would be in town, whatever, and showed up right when they needed to. Now you can see some of his senseis, especially the female, she was not too happy. She's like, get your stuff in order. They showed up, so now they have a fighting chance. They want to see one guy and one girl oppose each other from each of the dojos. And you can see the ones that they picked, of course, for Cobra Kai, Kenny and Tory. And then from this side, it was Hawk and Samantha. Now, we already know on both sides is good. But I will say this, seeing how Terry set that up to speak with Kenny, because Kenny's feeling a certain way. He's a little, hasn't been doing Cobra Kai a lot, whatever. The person will be a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger, this and that and the other. So he showed him a particular move, which, of course, in the end, you end up seeing later on when he goes up against Hawk. Now, with Samantha, she, of course, a great fighter. She learned from the best. She learned, of course, from her father. She learned from Lawrence, and also a little bit from Chosen. So she's definitely well versed. Now, seeing each of the scenes with that, I will say this: when you see it first happening with Kenny and Hawk, and at first, Hawk was kind of, holding back. He's like, I'm just going to bring Hawk back. Eli, and then he switched to Hawk. He's like, look, I got to get a little bit dirty, because you can see, as time was going on, the way the ref was, giving a point. And I'm like, okay, when he turned to Silver, every chance. I don't know how anybody else can see it, but Tory caught that. And, LaRusso's kind of looking like something's not right here, whatever. No, what's going on? Right, reminiscent of the tournament. Then you see how eventually Kenny got one up. But I remember when he was upset seeing, seeing Robbie, of course, showcasing a little bit to his bully. And I'm like, ain't you the bully now? And it's the truth, like, oh no, you don't get to play that card anymore. Like, you learn this, whatever, and all that. Of course, Robbie brought you in, whatever, you learning. But see, you don't use yours for knowing what you need to know and doing what you need to do, so you can avoid having to deal with the bully. You wanted to learn something, and now you want to be the bully, and you have an upper hand, because now you know how to do some karate. I'm not here for Kenny and the childishness, and I like that how Robbie kind of let him know, let go of the anger. We had to deal with it for quite a few seasons between Miguel and Robbie, and I'm so glad they came to a head and got it out, and the words, and they spoke on each other, sitting, showing, each person who slowly played a part in certain things happening that kind of, got out of control and caused harm, to one another. And I was just happy. But see, with Kenny, right now, you're getting a hothead. He doesn't even figure, like, when things get exposed with Terry, he might open up, whatever. He might speak to him. He might not be able to forgive Larissa's son right off the gate. But it's like, you need to see how you are behaving. I don't know what you're seeing. I really wish his brother would come back, or something come up where he goes see him like, no, this is not the path. It's not a way. Yeah, you can learn to use what you're learning somewhat from Silver, and then take something from that and do it another way, because the way he's going about it, he's just out, just whatever. But you see the scene and him talking about some faux hawk, whatever, and all, like, whatever. You got to one up. But I'm glad in the end, I like what Tory did it's in some ways she's like, I'm over it. When she went to see Kreese earlier and he's like, I can't get out here. Yeah, you can't right now, buddy. This is where the learning comes in for him. Like I stated prior to doing the reaction, you see how Larissa did you, and then also with the doctor, you have some soul searching right now. So I'm kind of glad they're leaving him in there right now. So that means the way things are going to get exposed, it will not be from him. It will definitely probably be from Tory by herself. It just is what it is. And they need to find Raymond, because we haven't seen him in a couple episodes now. He needs to come to the forefront so he can bring this baby home, because that's extra that you need to truly show that what Terry's been doing and getting away with whichever. And I hope they find out, like I said, about that fire too. Like, you are the cause of that. You're just sinister and sneaky all around. Now, all that being said, when Samantha finally fights, she fights the other girl. Tori's gone. They're like, we can't find her, whatever. And she's like, no, I see. She saw it. She caught the face, both faces from the ref and Terry right there. She knew it's the same thing clear that happened during the tournament. Here you are doing what you did again. You paid him to do it. So when LaRusso had that conversation, like, make sure, you know, you see the report, you can see they're doing dirty, whatever. You got to show that the scene of when she hits or whatever, all that ref sees and gets you that point. He can see the impact. And I like how they phrase it, because she's like, okay, I can do that. Sure enough, every chance she got, she did. And he couldn't turn. All he could do was turn. I'm like, what you looking at him for? You got to give the point. Because the people watching from you know, Taikai going to be like, what's going on here? Is this something dirty going on? So in the end, she won. So it was, you know, in the end, you see when they made the decision, at first we think it was just Cobra Kai, but then you see they like the unique style of fighting from Miyagi. So yeah, they were like, yeah, you both get to, you know, showcase, you know, your abilities and all that. And you can see Terry was none too happy. But that's okay. No, I'm tired of you always being the one who's upper hand and getting everything you wanted. This. I'm glad that, you know, you see the scene where they're going to welcome both dojos. So in the end, I like that. So from that, you see other part of the scene. I don't want to, you know, mess, you know, with it, because it brings me to the end. You know, after they all decide to kind of disperse and celebrate. You see when Samantha is definitely getting ready to prepare, and they're like, okay, slow down, whatever, you're ready. Chosen has a little conversation with her because she wasn't sure if she really wanted to come back. It hadn't been that long since the tournament. And then her dad, you know, kind of dismantling everything and all. She was a little angry and all that. And she just like wasn't sure, but like, no, you're ready. You're ready. It's like, you know, believe in yourself. Like, believe this is for you. This is you. This is all you. You know, her coming into her own, finding her way and all that. And then when she's leaving, she finds some jewelry, which is from the scene when Miguel came, you know, to talk to her, because they had not been communicating the way they did. And he just, you know, she wanted to be friends still, you know, but she needed her space. She sees it's like, you know, octopus, whatever, hints from when she won, you know, from the carnival in that first season. So she automatically knew it was Miguel. So when she shows up at the this little, you know, party all set up, you know, where Robbie and, you know, Miguel and all that, you know, live, you know, you see her going there to see Miguel. I didn't think they were going to show a kiss. The girl kind of came on too strong. You see her eyeing him. She got a little drink with her and all that and everything. So when Samantha came in, I'm going to be honest with you, I was just like, why are you upset? Whatever. I'm like, y'all want to remain friends. He can't really move on. But you could see clearly feelings were still there. That's why I was like, okay, you need a space. But it was just like, you wanted to remain friends. So clearly you don't want to just remain friends. You still have feelings for Miguel. So he tried to come down. But I like how at the end you see Samantha run into Tory, and she automatically is just ready to roll. She's like, she's not trying to do it. And I'm glad finally she's going to tell her what happened. I knew eventually it would probably get to her where she wanted to at least tell someone to relieve herself of keeping this now that because she'd already confronted Terry. Terry's like, oh, this is you did win. You could say whatever you want, Terry. In the end, you cheated. You had the ref on your payroll. She doesn't feel that was a priority, even though Tory did everything correctly, but in the end, it was Samantha who truly won. So we'll see in the next episode. Then probably have a discussion. Who knows? She might bring somebody else around. Eventually, she can actually open up to even Robbie, because she's had to keep all this to herself. She doesn't want no part of Cobra. She don't want to even be in there. She doesn't probably feel safe. Terry is definitely sneaking sinister. He would probably try to do something to her. So it's like she's just has to stay away from them. She eventually she's going to show up, and she already knows the wrath of how Terry probably can be, hints of what happened to Raymond. So we're going to see how that turns out. So she's going to definitely need somebody with her. Don't go back up in that daggone dojo by yourself, girl, because it's like, oh my God. But yes, this was a great episode. I only have a couple more left. It's just, yeah, we're moving it along, and I'm really here to see what's going to happen in the next one. So with that said, you guys, comment below. Let me know what you think. And with that said, I'll see you guys in the next reaction. You guys take care.